Ascend Conference, we received a prophetic word about gathering at Independence Mall and releasing worship and prayer into the seat of this nation. And so we've been praying about that, we've been asking the Lord about that, and a couple weeks later I was on a phone call with some prophetic folks, and all of a sudden a guy who had no idea about that word said to me, "You know what you need to do? You need to gather the worshipers at the gate of this city, which is Independence Mall, and you need to release what Philadelphia carries to the nation." So it was just a few weeks after that we were praying about this, saying, "Lord, what is the timing of this?" And we felt like the Lord said that He wanted us to gather at the time of the Feast of Tabernacles. And so we began to just think about that, pray about that, and we realized that this was actually a really prophetic moment that the Lord was bringing us into. For several years, the Lord's been speaking to us about Jubilee. And this year, as we come to the Jewish holidays, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, and as we move into the Feast of Tabernacles, we're actually entering into what is considered to be the Jubilee year. And so we were very excited when the Lord kind of gave us that timing. We knew that it was prophetic, and we knew that it was the timing of God. And so literally just a couple of days after the Day of Atonement, which is when you declare the year of Jubilee, we'll be gathering here at Independence Mall, right across the street from the Liberty Bell. And so one of the things God was calling us to do was to release what Philadelphia carries over this nation. Of course, this bell is one of the things that Philadelphia is known for. This is a Jubilee bell. This bell was given as a commemoration of the 50th anniversary of William Penn's frame of government, his Charter of Privileges. And so this bell says on it, "Proclaim liberty throughout the land and to the inhabitants thereof," from Leviticus 25:10. And so the Lord was saying to us, "I want you to gather at the Feast of Tabernacles, and I want you to declare and release liberty and Jubilee throughout the land in the year of Jubilee." Initially, our plan was to start Sunday night that the Feast of Tabernacles began, but through a series of events, it became clear that the Lord had other plans. He made it very clear that He wanted us to be praying during the time when the Pope was going to be in Philadelphia, which is the weekend prior to the Feast of Tabernacles. Now, the amazing thing is that the Pope is coming in part for a meeting called the World Meeting of Families. And there's a convocation. Literally, they're expecting 150 to 160 different nations to converge in Philadelphia for this convocation. And what we didn't even know before we started looking into it is that their logo for all of this is a Liberty Bell with a family in it, and their whole theme is about restoring the family. And of course, that's one of the major themes of Jubilee, is restoring the family. Jubilee is like God's divine reset button. It's kind of like an opportunity to come out of whatever dark cycles we've been in and come into the light of His new day. And we just believe that there's an opportunity right now for us to declare into our nation, into the nations of the earth, the restoration of the family and a Jubilee time for the people of God and for the nations of the earth to come into. And we believe this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and we want to just take a moment to ask you to consider partnering with us in this. We're going to need a lot of help. We're going to need people to help us staff the worship and prayer room. Additionally, we're going to need financial partners. We've taken a step of faith to reserve the ballroom, and there are costs involved. We're asking people to join together and join us in this. So check out phillytodd.org for more information, and feel free to share this video via social media and other avenues, and let's do this together to see God move in Philadelphia and in our nation.